keep separating it and then like.
Or like,
That's interesting.
With a knife and fork or something.
Live program since pre-COVID.
No, we had all the times.
Garrison, New York, Manitou Point Preserve. So if you live near the Bear Mountain Bridge, it's right north of that. And I was a member of MHMA, and then for a year COMA, but I started doing like, I don't think I was able to go on a COMA walk, because I would do other mushroom, even though I was a preserver, talk to me after, there's bureaucracy anywhere. But so I talked to Sierra, and we concocted this plan. I left. We spent a brief period living in Westchester and Cortland Manor, and then moved out to Massachusetts and Cape Cod, and I had a serendipitous encounter with Nathan Wilson of Mushroom Observer, and we're helping restore the Cape Cod mycologist. So I love mushroom clubs. I love mushroom education. That's really like, we were just talking about getting together in person, and this is kind of what it's all about to me. I love, Zoom is good for like a pinch, but it's like you get like 1/10 of kind of like the zhuzh, the spark of actually being in person and eating food with people and talking about mushrooms. So yeah, appreciate you coming out, and that's what I'm up to. So I'm trying to do mushroom education full time now, and we're gonna start. Like I've always, when I was working on the preserve, I was outside all the time, same at the park. So I got interested in winter fungi because I was like, you see a good amount during the summer and fall when it's raining. But I got interested in the stuff I was seeing in the winter, and that's kind of where this curiosity started. So what we can look for in the winter, some basic things, like if you're not seeing anything, you can always find white rot and brown rot. Those are, the signs of mycelium decaying the wood. It's not the fruiting body, and a lot of times you can't see the mycelium, but you can see the remnants, and we'll look at that in a sec. Perennial polypores, or and we'll talk about some of those, but those are polypores that are on the tree all year round, or things that fruit in the fall and persist over the winter. And then you can get ascos, agarics, and edible mushrooms. If it's 40 degrees and rainy, that'll spawn, the guild mushrooms that sometimes you would see in the summer or fall. But I like this quote from Gary. This is in reference to Central Park, but he says, on a walk in late June, you can find maybe 100 different mushrooms. But in January, you can find, 50 or more. A lot of them different species. So it's important to kind of look at mushrooms and fungi all year round, not just like the large gregarious ones that we like to eat. So yeah, that's a nice tribute to him. I know we were talking about he spoke here, so again, I wanted to make sure he at least had a quote or was included in this. And it's a sentiment that rings true.